Maldini, the greatest defender of all time? That is the question everyone asks. But to find the answer, you have to look past the trophy cabinet. You have to look at the man. See, most of the footballers want fame, they want the massive transfer fee, the world global brand, the headlines. But Paolo Maldini wanted something different. Born in the heart of Milan in 1968, he was a boy who simply wanted to play for his home. But this wasn't just any boy. He was the son of Cesare Maldini, a Milan legend who had captained the club to European glories. From the moment Paolo stepped onto the pitch, he wasn't just fighting opponents, he was fighting a legacy. He was a character driven by a singular desire to carry the weight of his family name and the hopes of this city, not for a season but for a lifetime. He wanted to prove that you could be elegant in a brutal game and loyal in a mercenary world. But here is the problem: when you are born into greatness, the world expects perfection, and when you play in Syria in the 1980s and 1990s, perfection is almost impossible to survive. Paolo faced an external villain that would have crushed most players, the golden era of attackers. We are talking about a young Maldini having to stop Diego Maradona. Then he had to face the raw power of George Weah, the magic of Zidane, and the terrifying speed of Ronaldo Nazário, the R9. But the external battles were nothing compared to the internal conflict. Imagine the pressure. You are only 16-year-old, you debut for AC Milan, everyone whispers that you are only there because of your father. You have to prove you aren't a nepo baby, you have to prove you are better than the legend who raised you. And then there was a philosophical problem. Football was changing and it is becoming physical, clinical and money driven. Could a player who relied on grace, who treated defending as an art form and who refused to leave his hometown club actually survive, or should the modern game chew him up? Every hero needs a guide, and Paolo was lucky enough to have two. First obviously was his father Cesare. He instilled a discipline in Paolo that was rare. He taught him that football wasn't just a game, it was a way of life. But on the pitch he found another guide, the captain Franco Baresi. When a teenager, Maldini stepped into that Milan defense, he walked into a masterclass. Baresi was the brain, the defensive maestro who organized the chaos. Maldini watched him. He learned that defending wasn't just about tackling, it was about anticipation. He learned from the relentless work ethic of Arrigo Sacchi's system. Guided by the history of the club and the mentorship of Baresi, Maldini realized he didn't have to just to be a leader, he could be a conductor. So armed with his guidance, Maldini developed a plan, and it was a plan based on three pillars: intelligence, adaptability and absolute discipline. The plan was simple: do not dive in. While other defenders were scrambling and fouling, Maldini's strategy was to read the future. He studied opponents obviously. He knew what they were going to do before they did it. As he famously said, "If I have to make a tackle, I have already made a mistake."